All right, we are at 222 days alcohol and cannabis free and 861 days nicotine and tobacco free since I quit smoking cigarettes. I've got to say this week is going pretty well. In the last video, I think I touched upon a little bit about, do I miss drinking? No. Do I miss smoking? No. I really don't miss drinking. I really don't miss smoking. I will say, however, I kind of do miss the social aspects that came with drinking alcohol and going to parties and going to the clubs. I kind of miss dancing as well. But if I were to really put myself in a situation, even if it was going with close friends to a party or especially like a nightclub or really like jam-packed area with loud music and things like that, I think I could only last like an hour or so sober. Because man, if you've, at least for me, if I'm sober around people that are drinking and are drunk, and then it's like, if it's a packed place, I really don't enjoy it that much. But like I said, if it was close friends, it was a special occasion, someone's birthday or something, I might go out for like an hour or two, but then I would probably call it in because I prefer going to bed early these days and just waking up at a reasonable time so that I can go to the gym, sauna, do my exercising, get into my morning routine and my morning flow, because that's really what helps me ground my mental health and helps me build the resilience to stay content with me being sober, and then it just helps me keep a leveled headspace. Is routine. Routine for me is at least everything, you know. There's freedom in discipline, at least for me. That's the way. Everyone's different. Everyone has different things that work for them and different, different systems that they can set in place to live their best life and to do what's best for their mental health. But for me, going to bed early, waking up early, and then exercising in the mornings is one of the best ways for myself personally to set the pace for the day and the best way to start the day, because that, like, getting up, going for a run, I don't like running. Going to the gym, lifting slight weights, I do like that, and then going to the sauna afterwards just sets a positive tone and a productive tone for the rest of the day, and the rest of the day just flows by smoothly. And that being said, I've started exercising again and life is going pretty well right now. I'm also learning Thai. I do need to study a little bit more at home now. We're kind of advancing in the class. It started like March 14th. So yeah, I'm doing that like 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. And then I think I should like study probably like 1 or 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours when I'm at home. But like, I think 1 or 2 would be sufficient. Maybe 3 hours if I really wanted to get cracked. Yeah, it's nice because I'm actually in Thailand currently. I'm also picking up words from other people when they're out and about on the street. But before I ramble, I don't really want to make this video too long. I don't really have anything like profound to say, you know. Not much has changed besides not much has changed in my life, to be honest. It's been pretty pretty uneventful, which is nice, you know. Sometimes you have to find serenity in peace and serenity in the boring things and just the simple things in life, man, because I have nothing to complain about either, which is a blessing in itself. So I'm just gonna read a passage from this book, well, like a few different passages that I've highlighted from The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, currently on chapter 8, The Importance of Saying No. I still have like, man, 8 pages of this book left. I haven't picked up for a while, but this is the passage I want to read. For victims, the hardest thing to do in the world is to hold themselves accountable for their problems. They've spent their whole life believing that others are responsible for their fate. That first step of taking responsibility for themselves is often terrifying. When our priority is always to make ourselves feel good or to always make our partner feel good, then nobody ends up feeling good, and our relationship falls apart without our even knowing it. Without conflict, there can be no trust. Conflict exists to show us who is there for us unconditionally and who is just there for benefits. No one trusts a yes man. If Disappointment Panda were here, he would tell you that the pain in our relationship is necessary to cement our trust in each other and produce greater intimacy. And with those two passages, they really resonate with me. But even not taking the relationship out of it, it's also about building trust. Sobriety is about building trust with yourself, because at the end of the day, you are responsible and you are accountable for your own actions, and you have to bear the responsibility of the consequences for your actions. So if you decide to make the wrong choice or make negative or make choices and choose actions that negatively impact your life, you really have no one else to blame besides you. Victim blaming is not going to get you anywhere, which is what I have been guilty of when I was younger. I used to, especially when my drinking was at its worst, I used to be like, oh, the world's I was angry at the world. I just had so much anger and resentment, but I was never mindful enough to do the work and to look within, to realize that I'm in complete control of my own life, with be it the good or the bad. It's our perception of how we view the world that shapes everything. It's how we perceive what happens to us, even negative events, and how we go about dealing with those negative events and obstacles that life is inevitably going to throw at us, that is going to shape who we're going to become. Because at the end of the day, whether good or bad, the only thing we can do is act. And if we don't take action and we just idly sit by cursing at the world or cursing people, or being angry at other people who may have done you wrong, then you're not going to get anywhere by just being bitter and resentful. You have to be a strong enough individual, and you have to be the bigger person essentially than you currently are, and you just have to look past that and keep moving forward, because that's life, and the only thing we can do is keep moving forward. And now I'm rambling, but yeah, that's really all I wanted to say for this video. It's been, 31 weeks, 222 days, I believe, of sobriety, 7 months and 9 days, so that's pretty good. And we're on track to hit 1 year of sobriety from cannabis and alcohol. And like I've said in my previous videos, I've never, ever since I started smoking at the age of, or when I first experimented with cannabis was at the age of 13 going to 14, I have not stopped using cannabis for longer than 6 months at a time. So now that we're at 7 months, I'm already beating new milestones every single day. So I mean, I have that to propel me forward. And it's not like I hate cannabis, it's not like I hate alcohol. They're just not fit for me. You know, I'm not demonizing other people's way of life, because some people can control it and use it and be functional, or like have like one night a week or one night every few months or something where they drink and they let loose. I'm not here to demonize those people, but for an addict such as myself, there's there's not really such things like just one drink. Like, I know myself probably better than anybody else, because now I've spent so much time alone and so much time in self-reflection and so much time analyzing my life and past events, that I know where I'm going to end up if I drink that one drink, if I smoke that one joint. It's just going to delay my progress, and it's just going to get in the way of what I want to achieve as an individual. It doesn't, cannabis and alcohol don't fit into my ambitions and don't fit into my life's purpose right now, and I don't think they will ever again. So I've removed the negative elements and those toxic elements from my life, and I haven't felt this good in a long time, and I haven't experienced this much growth and this much insight for myself probably ever in life. So sobriety for me is truly like an awakening. It's like I'm becoming a born-again Christian. I'm not religious, my family is, but I mean, I'm kind of like agnostic, you know. I'm more spiritual, that I believe everything's connected, yada yada yada. But yeah, I just want to end this video saying that I'm grateful for I'm grateful for having the opportunity to become a better version of myself one day at a time. And that's all you have to do. You have to just focus on yourself one day at a time. So even if you're someone that struggles with sobriety, or even not sobriety, and you just want to improve if you're someone who struggles with sobriety or doesn't struggle with sobriety, and you just want to improve any areas of your life, you can. And the magic pill or the magic recipe is just take it one day at a time, because it's what you do in the present moment. It's what you do in the present moment that's ultimately going to dictate the future. The past is gone. There's no use dwelling on it. And like I've always said, every action you take, every decision you make is your vote, is a vote for your future self. So who do you want to become? Truly ask yourself. Remember that. Look yourself in the mirror and ask yourself. Tell yourself, every action you take and every vote you make message for today is just look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that every action you take and every decision you make is a vote for your future self. So who do you want to become? And with that, your boy Medito out. Peace.
Bands or baby, serve that daily. Have a little Look here son, get wavy, need some food, hanging out crazy. Same tracksuits I'm hanging out daily, come out, look at the smell, leaving the crib, but you'll be back in a bit.